Alrighty, good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys ready for some fun today? I hope so. I am. I know I am. I'm ready for action-packed fun all day today. And, of course, tons of rage. Today is Saturday, the 6th of March, 2021, and I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome to the stream. Apologies in advance. My sinuses today are all swollen. I woke up with a dried out throat and swollen sinuses. Likely what happened is during the night I opened my mouth while I was sleeping and dried the living shit out of everything in my sinuses and my throat. We have the heat on overnight because it's still cold here overnight, and likely the dry heat just destroyed everything. I took a decongestant pill. I'm waiting for it to kick in so that my right sinus nostril will unclog here. It's like completely swollen. So, apologies if I don't sound good and if I end up sneezing or having to do stuff with my sinuses. It is what it is. It's life. And in life, sometimes life gives you swollen sinuses. Jasper, kitty, don't bite that wire. How dare you? Jasper's in here today. Again, he will be in here regularly during the daytimes when my wife works, and she works today. This is her first week of having the earlier schedule. Trust us into the hallway. Oh, he's jumping and biting. He's biting the twisty. He loves these twisties. It's just little fabric strips. He freaking loves them. He jumps, he plays, he bites, he chases. I threw it into the hallway. He didn't chase it. Just to prove me wrong, he didn't chase the twisty. Wow. Anyway, gee, thanks a lot, buddy. Anyway, yeah, he'll be in here during the daytime streams, during the days when my wife is at work during the day. Today's one of those days, however, she's actually got an earlier day today. Or I think she gets out around noonish. So she'll probably be coming home between like noon and 1. So when she does, then Jasper's probably going to jump out of the office, go spend time with her, and I'll close the door for a bit, just so that we can concentrate on the game. Today is Call of Duty, by the way, which I'm excited for. But Jasper should be joining us every day through Wednesday. Yeah, every single day through Wednesday. My wife is on her new work schedule. So he'll be in here every day at certain points during the day, whenever he feels like. Yesterday was interesting. It was the first major day he was in here, so sometimes he wanted to play. Sometimes he wanted to jump on camera. Other times he wanted to lay in the pile of vests. Sometimes he was in the window. He was doing various different things. He caused some mischief, too. I had to stop him from biting the wires. I hope he doesn't start doing that again today. So, we'll see what he wants to do today. He's very silly. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all having a happy weekend here, having a good one. So far, so good for me. Enjoying the streams very much. Yesterday, we had some good progress in Divinity 2. I'm still learning the systems and the like. Earned a lot of good items. I made my party much stronger. I was able to go back to the arena and actually succeed this time because my party is much better now. Until last night was Street Fighter, which I would say went pretty good, although we still have issues with the game crashing and everything, but it was still a pretty good time. I had a ton of wins. I was just dominating everyone. Very few times did I even lose. But it was fun. So good stuff. And today, it's time for Call of Duty. That's right, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War right here on the main stream. Now, a couple things about today's stream. First of all, yes, we'll be doing frequent Penne points predictions for you guys to earn and lose your channel points that you've accumulated by watching the channel, all right? In addition, I'll be using the Sledgehammer quite a lot, which I unlocked a stream or two ago. And I'm now attempting to try to unlock the Machete, which you need to do is 15 backstabs, and at this point, I think I have around 8 to 9 or something like that. So it is probable that I may be able to unlock the Machete today, okay? In addition to that, people are telling me that there's actually new weapons that unlock in this expansion that came out last week. Now, I don't know what weapons they are. I guess someone said there's a Farah, F-A-R-A, Farah, is really good. I don't know how to do it. Like, I'm all for trying new weapons, but, excuse me, I was under the impression these weapons are only unlockable if you buy the Season Pass or Battle Pass, which I don't have and I'm not getting. So, I don't know if it's true or not. Like, I don't know how to get them. If you guys have any idea, how to... Jasper just flopped on the floor. If you guys have any idea how to get these new weapons, I'm all for it. I'd like to try them out, you know, play with them, unlock attachments, etc., but I don't know how it works. She-Wolf says there's some free unlocks everyone will unlock. Yeah, that's great, but how? And how does it work? And when do the weapons unlock? Jackie said, see, I'm getting conflicting information. Jackie just said, no, you need the battle pass if you want those guns. And I'm not buying the battle pass. So, so I guess we'll see. If anyone can give me any information on that today, I'm all for trying new weapons that were unlocked with this expansion, but I don't know how to get them. Okay? Can't I just Google it? No. Sunlight Sword Spear, that's way too complicated. Googling is for the advanced. I am a very basic person, very simple man of simple means. You know? I don't have all these fancy doodads and gizmos like all the other streamers. I don't know what Googling is. What's that? I go next door, I ask my neighbors. Do you guys know how to unlock the weapons? They look at me like, what the fuck are you talking? Get the fuck out of here, asshole. And they beat me with clubs. Anyway. Oh, Jasper Kitty. He's giving me a wet nose rub here out of nowhere. I was talking with you guys and he rubs my hand with his wet nose. How silly. How silly. Jasper, do not bite that wire. You know better. You know I yell at you when you bite the wire. You're not supposed to do it. Okay. So anyway, that's today's stream. It should be exciting. Someone asked me the other day. They said, Phil, out of all the games you're currently playing, what one are you having the most fun playing? And the answer, very truthfully, is Call of Duty. Every time I play this game, I end up having a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing the game. For the first time in years, this Call of Duty actually hooked me and got me into this fun loop of gameplay. So I'm having a good time with it. I can't wait to play it all day today. It's going to be a good stream. Okay? So, good stuff. Lots of suspense with the Penne points being wagered in predictions. And, you know, trying to unlock the machete. And maybe even trying out new weapons if we can figure out how the hell to get them. Okay? I guess we'll see. Later tonight, it's more suspense and more rage as I'm playing Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. That's right. The game that for nearly 6 hours, actually was it more than 6 hours? I'm trying to remember. It just kicked my ass completely and I couldn't beat the first stage. Finally, I beat it. And now we're moving on to another stage for me to try to tackle. Will it take just as long to beat this one? Probably. So I hope you guys will join me tonight on the late stream. No, Jasper, leave that one. No. Hey, just leave that wire alone. Leave it alone. That's it. Now it's time. Now you're going to get it. Now it's time for the rope-a-dope. Arr, arr, arr. He's fighting. He's biting me. Arr. Oh, he's bit my foot. He bit my foot. How dare you bite my foot? I love it when Jasper gets all worked up. He's so silly. He's like, I want to fight. I want to bite and fight. And he'll start whacking me with his paws. And he'll do his little play nips. And he bites my foot. He's like, what are you doing? Don't bite the foot. He's a knucklehead. Jasper, stop that. Don't bite the wire. I'm going to get the twisty again. Because he's biting the wire. I don't want him to bite the wire and get hurt. Hold on. You can't bite that. You're going to get electrocuted, man. Here. Here. You want to play with something? Play with the twisty. There you go. Play with that. Don't bite the wire. Come on, man. All right. So anyway, oh man, excuse me. So tonight it's Ghosts and Goblins on the late stream. There'll be more rage. There'll be more fails. It should be a good time. Tomorrow, the major stream is Super Mario 3D World Endgame, meaning there's only 2 stages left in the entirety of the game. The final challenge house where you need to get 30 stars all in one go, and then there's Champions Road or Champions Way, whatever it's called, which apparently is incredibly challenging. Most people have said that it takes them a really long time to beat it, and I need to beat it. And after that, that's it. I guess the only other thing there is left to do in the game is just to go back and replay every single stage with every character. But, I guess, Jasper, what did I say? Leave that wire alone. Apparently, the only thing you get for doing that is you unlock a bunch of stamps. And that's really it. All you get are stamps. It doesn't unlock a new stage. It doesn't unlock any more content, not even an optional ending. It's just stamps. Do I care about every stamp? No, I do not. You know, I was going for 100% completion because it was unlocking every stage in the game. It was unlocking all this content. Now that I've unlocked all the stages, there's really nothing to do but beat the stages that are left, and that's it. So, we'll see what happens, but likely, tomorrow, I may actually beat Super Mario 3D World. Okay? Fair enough. We'll see. Alright. So that's tomorrow's main gameplay stream. Tomorrow night, I'm having a brain fart. For some reason, I can't... Oh, that's right. I switched up the schedule this weekend. I made it so that Fall Guys is actually going to be tomorrow night instead of Monday night. So Fall Guys, my weekly stream will actually be Sunday night this week. And then on Monday, it'll be another major stream of Divinity. And Monday night, I think it's going to be more Call of Duty. And so then Tuesday is going to be a major stream of Ghouls and Ghosts. And then Ghosts and Goblins. And then I don't know what Tuesday night stream is going to be. And by the way, no, I did not just misspeak. I will be streaming here on Tuesday, which is a rarity that I would do so. But due to my wife's new work schedule, working days, it changed her days up. So she's actually working extra this week, and that means I'll be here on Tuesday. Wednesday will actually be my day off from streaming this week. Okay, guys? So that's the schedule, roughly. Good variety. I don't know what I'm doing Tuesday night. We're leaving it open. But good variety of stuff. Continuation of the current playthroughs I'm doing and everything. Now, what things are ongoing that I need you guys to be aware of? First of all, your ability to vote on the upcoming Viewer's Choice event is a go, okay? If you vote right now for what game you'd like to see for Viewer's Choice, I would appreciate it. How do you do so? Type !Viewer's Choice into the stream chat. It'll bring up the link by which you go to my website, thekingofhate.com, and you can vote on what game you want to see as the next Viewer's Choice event. That event will be this month, by the way. It's probably going to be around the second half of March. We're going to start up whatever game wins the poll. The polling, for what I'm to understand, is very close. We've got games like Max Payne 2, Danganronpa V3, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and there's one more. There's like 4 games that are all neck and neck right now. Like, it could be, definitely the poll could go any way. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand is that I'm going to check and make sure that there's no fraudulent votes. In the past, when it came to Viewer's Choice, sometimes there's been fraudulent voting. Alright? Where all of a sudden, oh look, a bunch of accounts all registered together and all voted together. Gee, I wonder if that's legit. Of course it's not. It's bots. So, I'll check on that. And I'll say, oh, that's right, Hades and Hollow Knight apparently also are in the running and are right at the top of the polling. So it could be, again, it's anyone's pick here. Any of these games could win because people have voted about equally for all of them. So they're all kind of like interchanging for the top spot. Okay? So, later this week, probably like, middle of this coming week, I'll sit down and I'll take a look at the voting. I'll see how it's going. And I'll let you guys know. And we'll determine what will be the Viewer's Choice event. I'm probably going to let it go. What's today? Saturday? And I just started the poll a few days ago. Maybe we'll let it either go to the middle of this coming week or next weekend. We'll see. We'll see. Okay? But then, whatever game wins the poll will be a playthrough I start this month and add to the rotation. What I'm thinking is, I'm going to beat Super Mario 3D World. So once that's done, we're going to need a new game for the main streams anyway. So maybe we'll start doing it as early as next week's streams. Okay? That could be good. So we shall see how that goes. Now, in addition, ladies and gentlemen, for the month of March, the subscriber goal has returned. We are trying to reach 725 concurrent subs here on the channel. Okay? If we do so, there will be a special fun marathon, of which I've never done this kind of marathon before. It's going to be a certain IP of a game, and I'm going to be playing a certain IP of a game all day long on a marathon with the goals to try to hit of like milestones to reach while playing. So, some ideas that I have of games: classic Super Mario, like Super Mario Bros. 1, and then the Lost Levels, which Lost Levels is actually one of the more challenging platformers ever made. Or classic Zelda, like I've never played The Legend of Zelda before, ever. I'm not even exaggerating. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how to play it. I've only seen it like in mini games. Like I remember like Wario World and shit would have like a mini game of Zelda in it and stuff like that. So never played them before. So that's 2 ideas I have. Now there could be others as well. I'd like you guys to help me brainstorm what the marathon will be if we hit the tips goal, the subs goal this month. Okay, so yeah, what it's going to be is a marathon where I am tasked to try to hit certain milestones during the marathon. And if we do, we have like kind of a celebration deal or whatever. I'm sure people will be wagering their penne points, right, on if I'll hit those milestones or not, which will be pretty epic. Okay, something very different, something very, very different than usual. And no, see, someone just said, "Oh, well, if he's only playing each Zelda an hour each, he won't pass the tutorials." No, no, no. I'm going to play the games until I beat them. So, for example, if Super Mario is what we do, Super Mario Brothers 1, I will play the entirety of the game. I will not use warp zones. I will try to beat every stage in the game legit from start to finish. And people will basically be doing wagers during the stream of how long will it take for Phil to get to World 3, or, you know, how many lives will Phil use to do this or do that. You see? So that's pretty much what it is. I've never done anything like that before. Same thing with Zelda. If I do Zelda, it'll be, you know, Phil's playing Zelda. How long will it take him to get to the first dungeon? Let's wager and stuff like that, you see? So there you go. That is what the marathon is going to be, okay? But we have to determine, you know, what games would be included in it. That's something to think about over the course of the month. Anyway, if that sounds good to you, something different, right? Something unique, something I've never done on stream before, never done an event like that. Please consider either subscribing to the channel this month or gifting a subscription to a fellow viewer, all right? Subbing gives you many benefits, including over 40 emotes you'll have access to. You'll also get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. In addition to all of that, you'll also be able to skip the ads. You know, when I take an ad break and I run an advertisement, you won't have to watch it. So there's many benefits to being a sub. Please consider, you know, we didn't do a sub goal last month and our subs plummeted. You know, at one point we were over 1,000 subs. The natural level of subs on this channel is usually between 500 to 700 subs. That's like the average that we usually have. And it's gone up over the years. It used to be 300-400, and every year goes up a little more, a little more. And then we had kind of overinflation of subs over the holidays and stuff because we had people who came in and we kept gifting subs. So that's why we're trying to boost the subs numbers for this month. If you could consider subbing, please do. Thank you for the support. So those are the 2 ongoing events that are going on right now. We got the Viewers' Choice voting, and we've got the sub goal for the month. Okay, guys? Second half of this month, by the way, there's supposed to be some new stuff. I guess on March 16th, there's a game coming out that people had mentioned they wanted me to play, and I can't remember what the hell it is right now. And on March 18th, I think is the free expansion for Marvel's Avengers, where it's a PS5 game now, and it has a Hawkeye expansion and stuff. So there'll be a few new things later this month. Okay? There'll be a few things later this month. We'll see what happens. All right, so outside of all that stuff, guys, just a quick update on what's going on here with the schedule change and everything. Today went much more smoothly than yesterday. If you remember, yesterday was the first day where my wife changed her work schedule to be in mornings now, and when she did, everything was thrown into disarray. She couldn't sleep. Jasper couldn't sleep. It was just a nightmare, all right? Today, things went much more smoothly. My wife took a sleeping pill, which was necessary. It bonked her out. She went right to sleep, got a ton of sleep, which was great. We were able to keep Jasper pretty much for the most part under control. A little bit this morning, he got rambunctious when my wife had to get up to prepare for work early in the morning. He got kind of excited and was running around a little bit. So she basically kept him out of the bedroom while she was in the bathroom preparing for work. And it worked pretty well. It did. It worked pretty well. And now I think he's starting to get used to being in the office in the mornings, which is good. For me, you know, I have to now work on adjusting my sleep schedule so that long term, probably over the course of several months, instead of being awake late nights like I'm used to doing, because my wife used to work late nights and I had to stay up, instead, trying to adjust it so that I get tired earlier. So that, you know, not to say that I'm going to go to bed as early as my wife does for mornings when she's working very early. I doubt I'm going to be going to sleep exactly at 10 o'clock or anything like that. But having to adjust that so that at least maybe by like midnight-ish I'm getting tired and I can go to sleep on the earlier side. Maybe have some extra time in the mornings to actually do stuff. Like actually wake up and have time if I need to make an important phone call or pay bills or do stuff with the stream behind the scenes to set it up, that I'm not rushing, that I'll have time to sit down and actually do all that stuff. Okay? That's the ultimate goal, is to try to adjust my streams, or excuse me, adjust my sleep schedule to have more time to do stuff around the streams. Okay? So we'll see how it goes. And I'll let you guys know, I'll keep you in the loop. I'll let you know if any changes are happening. Like this week, my day off is Wednesday. We're not sure if the next week my day off will be Wednesday again. It really depends on my wife's schedule. And like I said, her schedule, since she completely shifted everything around with her schedule, is different as hell now. Like everything is different. So she may not even have a weekday off every week. Maybe some weeks will be a weekend day off. I don't know. We have to see how this goes. Okay. All right. Corey says, if I'm changing the schedule, why not start earlier? It would be good for European Union viewers. Corey, from what I've found, all right, my schedule right now is basically the best it's ever been for my viewership. And let me explain, okay? When I first started streaming, my schedule was very different. My schedule was much later, actually. I wouldn't start streaming here anything until after, like, noon. Some days 1 p.m. And what I found doing that is everyone complained it was so late and everything, so I started streaming much earlier. Now I stream, turn on the stream around 10:15. We do our pre-stream and everything. And having the two streams the way that I've separated them, what I've found is that the first stream is kind of ideal for people who are in the European Union or other parts, like some parts of the United States. Not all, because the thing is, that stream, a lot of people are at work or school during the daytime and they can't attend it. All right, but for the most part, the earlier stream works for one group. Hold on 1 second here. Grab a tissue. I just want to dust off my headphones. My headphones are looking a little dusty, so I want to dust them off here. The first stream works for people who are actually available during like daytime, while the second stream works for people who were not available during the daytime. For example, people who have school or work during the day, and now they're free at night, late night or whatever. And also, excuse me, the late stream usually works well for those who don't live in the USA or the European Union. I actually do have an international audience. Is it ginormously huge? No. But I do have an international audience outside of just the US and the UK. And so having the stream staggered the way that I do, it actually works well, the way that I'm balancing everything, okay? From what I found, most people are saying I can either attend one or the other. Most people can't attend both, which is fine, understandable. How many people have a free day to sit around and watch someone streaming all day long? Not a lot of people, okay? But having the earlier stream the way that I do now and then the late stream, at least one or the other person can attend. You see what I'm saying? So I hear you, Corey. What Corey is basically saying is, the late stream is completely unwatchable for the European Union. I agree with you. The late stream, if you do the math, it's about 7 hours ahead if you're in the UK, or maybe like 9 or 10 hours if you're in other parts of Europe, depending. Which would essentially put that right either in the middle of the night or like insanely early morning. Right? Yeah, see, Corey M says, my hours change at work. Now I can't make it to the late stream. My life is in shambles. I'm sure your life is horribly, horribly altered because you can't attend my late stream live. I know, Corey. I hear you. Anyway. The point I'm making here is, because I have a staggered schedule of 2 separate streams, at least most people who like my content can attend one of the streams. Okay? Worldwide. It doesn't matter where you live. Usually you can attend one of the streams from what I've adjusted. Originally, like I said, my schedule was much different, and that schedule didn't work. Being that was always later, people in the European Union almost never could attend my streams. That's why I brought them back. I took them back to start much earlier in the day. Okay? Now you're saying, could I adjust them again? I mean, could I? Yes. I'm not necessarily sure that would give any extra incentive or any extra viewership. People seem to like the way things are going right now. If overwhelmingly I got feedback telling me, Phil, you need to change your streams, I would. And that's why I changed them originally many years ago. I think it was, 2018 when I changed them. But people have basically said that this schedule is working very well and just keep it up. So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the deal. That's what's going on. Now, One button dash no, today's not supposed to be Ghosts and Goblins. I don't know what you're talking about. Today was always Call of Duty. Unless you're talking about the schedule from like 5 days ago, which was wrong, and then I changed it. That was a very early schedule for the week. I didn't know what was going on with all the games and stuff, and I switched it all around. So, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, a few quick things. Again, I don't really want to do another giant plug segment. All right, I don't. The plug segment is very important because obviously this is a business as well as my hobby, and I love doing it. You guys know that, and you guys know I'm an independent content creator, and you know I need your support. All right. In a nutshell, allow me to explain to you what's going on with me right now. Okay. In the last 2 weeks, behind the scenes, a few things happened that were completely unplanned. I had to pay for some repairs that were unforeseen that they would come up. In addition to that, I had to pay some fees that I personally don't feel that I'm legally responsible for. But someone's not in agreement with me. Let's just put it that way. All right? And if this were any other case, I probably would, if I were rich, I would probably take it to small claims court. But I'm not rich. So having to dump unforeseen money at stuff, which I don't agree with, it is what it is. That's adult life. Now, previously in my life, when things like this came up, I would just say, okay, well, I'll just use my credit to pay for it. I don't have a lot. I don't want to dump all my money into it. So instead, I will just put it on a credit card, right? But, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have credit anymore. Last year I declared bankruptcy so that I could get out of the crippling debt that I was in. Now I'm not in crippling debt anymore, but it also means I don't have any credit at all. So when something like this unforeseen happens, I don't have anything to fall back on. So, the last couple of weeks, things were great on the streams with you guys helping me out with funding, and I appreciate that. I appreciate those who tipped me in particular. But all those funds that I was trying to raise to pay my tax guy, gone. Which is shit. Okay? I hate it. I don't like that happens, but that's life when you don't have credit. Okay? It's just the reality of my situation. I have to deal with it. So, right now, for this coming week, I have 2 major bills that need to clear. One is my condo dues here where I live, and one is the internet bill. Both of those need to clear, and on top of that, I need to be able to afford the stuff that I need to do on Wednesday, my day off, which is grocery shopping and getting stuff for Jasper. In fact, Jasper's food is very low right now, and it's likely going to run out. I don't know how he's doing on litter. I have to check with Kat on that, or treats too, because but essentially, there's going to be some necessary things I need to do when I have my day off on Wednesday that I have to spend money on. All right? So I need to raise, over the course of this weekend, enough tips to pay for those 2 bills and to pay for the stuff that I need to get on Wednesday. All right? So being matter of fact with all of you, okay? My goal is to try to hit the tips goal every single stream over this weekend. And if I do, I'll be in the clear. If I don't, it's going to be very tight, and I don't know what's going to happen, being honest with all of you, okay? Yesterday, we had an outstanding day. The first stream, tips were sky high. We, tripled the tips goal, which was amazing. Then the late stream, we didn't hit the tips goal. So you see, it's going to be a mixed bag. Some streams, I get the feeling, will do good. Some we won't. Overall, I need to try to make as much as if I had hit the tips goal every stream in order to get by this weekend, all right? So, if you like my streams, if you like everything that I do here, if you support me, you like the fact that I'm an independent content creator, and you like what I'm doing here, please support the streams if you can. All right? Only if you can. And I would ask you, don't go beyond your means. Don't go crazy. All right? The reason I do this is because I love it. The reason I do this is because I am a gamer at heart and have been doing this my whole life. I made videos on YouTube for 2.5 years before I ever monetized a single one. I never intended for this to be my job. If I couldn't do this and make money doing it anymore, I would still do it. It would be in a much more limited capacity, but I love it. This is the best job I've ever had. I love chilling with you guys on stream every day. I really do. All right? And I hope that you understand that I'm not here just to make a buck like a lot of other content creators who are here to shill to you and all that shit. I'm here to play games and have fun with you guys. That's the reason why I'm here, and that's the reason I'll always be here, is to have fun with games and share those interactions and share those experiences with you guys on a daily basis. Okay? So if you support that, please tip me today. All right? I need the help with tips really badly over this weekend. I would hope that we can hit the tips goal. Remember, there's rewards for hitting the tips goals. Number 1 If we hit $50, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. If we hit the tips goal of $100, I'll put on a vest of your choice. Today, everything is eligible except for the camo and the red, because I wore those yesterday. So today it would be beige, blue, platinum, and gray. All eligible vests today. Okay? If we double the tips goal today, which is incredibly unlikely that we would do that, but if we do, I will put on 2 vests at once to look like a jackass. And then, if we triple the tips goal today, it'll be your choice if you want me to put on the cowboy hat. If you actually want me to walk into my bedroom, go in my dresser, and pull out a pair of jeans and show them on stream, I will do that. I don't know why you would want that, but people actually asked me to do this yesterday. They actually asked me to do that. I was like, why? I don't understand it. But that's what people wanted, and that's what people got. Okay? I don't understand it at all. People just want weird shit. They have these weird desires and tendencies. So, we can do whatever you want. But then again, tripling the tips goal is a very big rarity. We did it yesterday. Chances are we're not doing it today, so I'm not too worried about it. But hey, whatever you want, guys, okay? But please, if you can, support the streams. I'm not asking you to go beyond your means. Contributions are not mandatory on my streams, nor are they expected. But I really need the help over this weekend to get through, at least until we pay everything off this week. And then it's clear sailing until I get paid by Twitch and everything, which should be all right, you know. But I need to get through this week, essentially. So please help me if you can, all right? Thank you to those who have. Thank you to those considering doing so. Some quick tips. Please be careful of your identity. Diversify your identity on the internet. Don't use the same name everywhere you go. If you use the same name everywhere you go, it's going to screw stuff up because people can harass you on various other websites. So I always recommend, if you're going to use Twitch, don't use the same name here you use on other websites, particularly social media. Close your open DMs here on Twitch. Don't let people just openly harass you. I have my DMs set to only friends can send them. It's a great idea. If you're going to tip me, please make a verified PayPal account. If you have a verified PayPal account, I know to trust your tip, because when you're verified, it means your information is legit because it's linked to your real identity. So obviously, if you could make a fraudulent claim, you could go to jail for it. You're committing fraud, okay? People have scammed me over the last 6 months with so many fake tips that I need to now request that you guys make verified tips. And if you don't have a verified PayPal account, sadly, I'm probably just going to refund your tip because I can't take on that kind of liability to my business, okay? So just throwing all that out there. All right, just throwing all that out there. Thank you guys in advance for any contributions today. I get the feeling this will be a nice chaotic stream of fun Call of Duty madness, and we should have a good time. All right? Now, as for news, there really is nothing going on in gaming news right now. I've been following all the trends. There's really nothing going on. What's funny is if there's a day where there's a lot of game announcements, that will be all over the gaming news. And a day that it's not, instead my Twitter feed will turn into, oh, here's what a Minecraft content creator, here's what a Fortnite content creator is doing. You know, like, I guess over the last day, one of the bigger Fortnite streamers had a skin released for him in the game. And it's silly because I guess he has a little gingerbread man or something. I was like, what? Jasper, don't do that. Don't bite that wire. I've told you a million times. Stop that. Don't do that. Yeah, he's got like a gingerbread man that I guess follows you around or something when you play the game. See, I see that. I think his name's Laserbeam or something. See, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole world of content creators out there that I know nothing about because I don't follow that stuff. I don't follow the meme. I call them meme streamers because let's face it, that's exactly what it is. They stream to a young audience. Kids who like Minecraft, who like Fortnite, they want to joke, they want to have running memes and stuff. That's the kind of content they make. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make that clear. I'm not criticizing that. I'm just saying that is completely outside. Jasper, I just said stop it. I'm not going to... Hey! Stop biting that wire. You're going to get hurt. I know you're frolicking and having fun. Here you go. Have a twisty. Here you go. Arr, arr. Arr. Here, get ready? Twisty. Haha. He's so silly sometimes. He gets so wrapped up in what he's doing. I'm dangling the twisty in front of him. He's rolling around the ground like a hot dog. Just rolling and rolling as he grabs it. He's so funny. He's such a great cat. Anyway, what I'm saying is there's so many content creators out there that are just a different kind of content than what I put out. You guys know I'm different. Even though I'm an interactive streamer, I'm all about putting out meaningful, lengthy playthroughs for you guys. I'm playing a game from start to finish. I'm going through a narrative journey with you, right? We're exploring the game so that I can kind of do reviews at the end of my playthroughs. That's always been the reason and the kind of content that I put stuff out there. I'm not just jumping into a game for the hell of it to dick around, which is essentially what these content creators do. It's very different than what I do. So, you know, that's what I mean. Like, oh, here's a new trend. There's no gaming today. No new game announcements today. But Laserbeam has a skin out, and here's 400 tweets about Fortnite today. I'm like, what the frick? Like, the last thing that would be pertinent to anything that I say, do, or care about, you know? So there's really no game news today. The big news, at least in the United States, is that the Senate finally, after debating over 24 hours, finally voted to pass our COVID relief bill, which means that there's going to be another round of stimulus checks going out to American citizens. It means that there's going to be unemployment benefits granted for American citizens. There's all kinds of stuff going on with this bill. And it's going to now go back to the House of Representatives for them to vote on again this week. And then it should be approved probably like by the end of this week. And relief will start to go out to people, which is a good thing. The Americans are hurting. And ever since January, yes, January, we were promised that we were going to get help from our government. Here we are almost fucking mid-March, and they're finally starting to deliver. So I just want you to think about this. This is how slow and ineffective our government is. There's an emergency. People need help. Let's debate for 2 months before we help anyone. That's how our government works. So anyway, that's the big thing that everyone's talking about right now. Outside of that, not much else to talk about. So rather than sit here and gab about nothing, I'm just going to go to shoutouts. Let's do shoutouts for you guys and your contributions so that we can go to Call of Duty sooner rather than later. How does that sound? First of all, what I'd like to do is reload here. You know, Golden Colts, I'm very disappointed in you. We haven't had any food-related overnight cheers in quite some time. And I've gotten several complaints that Golden Colts is not asking me food-related questions anymore. And therefore, you're in big trouble, Buster. You better start asking food-related questions again. I'm just kidding, of course. But it was just a long-running thing with him that every night he would cheer and he would ask something food-related. And he hasn't done it in a while now. And people are like, oh, what happened? It's perfectly fine. I'm just joking. Okay. So today we start off with Fantasy Star PG, who cheered when the stream first went on. And he says, on Ask the King, you mentioned how games as a service sometimes cheat gamers. Well, that is true for some normal games. However, Microsoft is going to change the rules of games as a service with Halo Infinite. Oh, here we go. Let's hear this. It'll have up to 10 years of support with all updates free with Game Pass. And I would also imagine a new LP like an Elder Scrolls or Fallout service title will be 100% risk-free under Game Pass. I forget Sea of Thieves was the first service game that came with Game Pass. Now, I have to laugh about this. I'm sorry for being skeptical and maybe being a sarcastic jerk about it, but we've heard this before. I swear there was a game franchise many years ago that when the game came out, the game developers and, of course, the giant PR department said that this was going to be a game that was going to be supported for a decade, and it was going to have so much content, and you don't worry about buying it if there's not a lot of content now, because there will be so much overtime. What was the name of that game? What's actually funny is, some people already remember Destiny. They remembered in the stream chat. I'm shocked you guys remembered, because it's funny, I called them out for it. When the game was first released, I called them out for it. I said, wow, this is a game with a very short, very repetitive, boring, uninspired campaign. Most of the game feels like Halo with a cross of Borderlands. And I said, I can't imagine what they think they're going to do for 10 years with this game. And then what happened? Within a couple of years, Destiny 2. And I said, so already they've lied. They didn't live up to the expectation. They lied and said it was going to be 10 years of support. They're already making a sequel. To which people said to me, oh, no, Phil. When they said that, what they meant was the Destiny itself as a franchise would get support for 10 years. Wrong. That's not what they said. They claimed that this was going to be a games as a service game, and even though it didn't have a lot of content at launch, it was going to be robust and have tons of content over the course of 10 years. They were going to make this robust community around Destiny. All right? Not to say that that hasn't happened. There absolutely is a robust community around Destiny, but they have charged you 100 times for it. There was the original Destiny. There was a ton of expansions you had to pay for. Destiny 2 and a ton of other expansions you had to pay for. Then Bungie left Activision and went off to do their own thing, changed the game. You know what I mean? And they got to pay for it again. So this is the thing. They've changed the model so many times. They changed the game so many times. Of course they didn't live up to their... That was a complete bullshit. It was PR spin at the launch of this game. There is no game in history, that you buy it once and they're going to give you 10 years of free content. That's never going to happen. That is horse shit. Okay? Horse shit. There's no business model that can be sustained by that promise, which is why as soon as they said it, I said it was bullshit. And I was dead on correct, 100%. They were lying. All right? Now, with Halo Infinite, Jasper, I'm not going to say it again. You're biting the wire. I don't want to have to throw you out of here because you're biting the wire. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt if you do that. I know you don't understand me. You're a smart cat. I know you don't understand English. Maybe one day we'll find a way to translate to kitty language. Meow, meow, meow. And you don't understand. Don't bite the wire. He's doing it again. Oh, my God, Jasper, stop it. Holy macaroni. All right, hold on. Where'd the twisty go? Where's the twisty? Where is it? Where'd you put it? Where the hell is it? Don't tell me you lost the twisty. You took it into the hallway, and I was missing. Where is this thing? Where did you put it? I don't know where he put the twisty. I can't find it. Oh my God, Jasper. Is it behind the door? No. It's not behind the door. It's not behind this door. Not behind this door. Where is it? How do you do this? How do you manage to do this? He does this all the time. No wonder he's biting the wire. Where the hell is it? Jasper, where did you hide it? It's gone. Is it on the stairs? No. Yes! There it is! Oh my God. You're a knucklehead. Here it is. We're not going downstairs, you nut. We're not going down. Oh, sliding all over. Ready? Oh my God. Here he comes. He knocked the twisty all the way down the stairs. He was chasing it all over the top floor, and he knocked it all the way down the stairs. So it's on another floor. No wonder I didn't know where it was. He's getting hyper now. He's going to be becoming a hyper cat. He's running all around the house now. So anyway, in regards to Destiny, it was bullshit. So when you say Halo Infinite will have 10 years of support, okay, maybe it will. But there's no way it's going to be just that game. It's going to be Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite 10 expansions. Halo Infinite, Halo Infinite 2. You know what I mean? There's no way like one game's going to be supported for a decade. It's very rare you'll see one game that has so much, content and support over a decade that it still exists. There are games that have done that successfully. But I seriously doubt that Halo Infinite is going to be one of those games. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, take a look at Sea of Thieves, right? What you just said, Sea of Thieves was one of these games where at first, at launch, had nothing, right? It was bare bones. I beat everything in the game in 3 hours. We saw everything. But as a service, the game's now 3+ years old, and now there's tons of content in the game, right? Some people are okay with that. I don't think so. I don't think it was fair that we all paid full price, which the thing is we didn't. We all got it under Game Pass, but don't tell Microsoft that no one bought the fucking game at launch, or they'll freak out, okay? We all got the game at launch, and it had no content, and everyone dropped it. and there was a small group of people who stuck in there, and then over time, more content was added, so more and more people went back to it, and it ended up having content over time. Okay? I'm sorry. This is not a good model for consumers. As I explained on yesterday's Ask the King, or was it, no, on Thursday's Ask the King, excuse me. It's just not a good model for consumers. People should get content in a game when the game launches, not play this unfinished version of the game, and then in 10 months, in 2 years, the game is good. There's few and far between are there games that are success stories like that. You got No Man's Sky, you got Rainbow Six Siege, and you got Final Fantasy 14. And outside of those, name another game that did this and actually succeeded. Now, compare that to the amount of games that tried to do that, like Fallout 76 and Anthem and 200 others that failed. You see? So even though I understand long-term income, income source, right? Microtransactions, subscription services. This is all the rage in game development, and this is how these companies are making big money. I get it. But they need to find a way to balance that formula with quality gameplay and content for the consumer that's not a ripoff, especially at launch. There's no excuse for these games to come out with bare bones with nothing at launch. Did you know last year with the release of Halo Infinite, they were going to split the game up and they were going to have it so that the multiplayer was released first and then a year later they were going to release the campaign? What the fuck were they thinking? You must be really desperate to have a game to launch with your Xbox Series X there if you're going to release only half of a game. You know? It's time to call these game devs out and stop giving them a pass. All right? So no, I don't have faith in Halo Infinite being a great games as a service game or whatever. I really don't. I wish that they would stop with this bullshit and just release good games like they used to, but it looks like sadly we are going to that formula. Okay? Everyone, I understand the James meme. You could stop spamming the stream chat with it. If I see it, I'm going to start fucking timing you guys out. The entire chat now is this stupid meme. I don't want to fucking see it spamming my whole chat, so shut the fuck up. Stop it right now. I've had enough. Fantasy Star cheered again. He said there's been 2 rumors that Resident Evil 4 Remake may be delayed until 2023 or 2024. The first rumor is that the Resident Evil 8 is trying to be very similar to the original Resident Evil 4. And here's the same merchant shows up named the Duke and has a similar Tetris-style inventory management. I guess what you're saying is you have to have inventory slots where you can only fit a certain amount of things in your inventory. Right? Alright, so these idiots who are spamming are not going to get timed out. I think they thought I was fucking around. I'm not. So time you out. Let's see here. Time you out. I only got 2. I was trying to click around, and I only got 2, managed to get 2. And then you guys stopped. So 2 people got timed out, and I'll stop that. Okay, so the first rumor is that it's way too similar to Resident Evil 4 to come out right away. Okay? The second rumor is that Resident Evil 4 is looked at as being the Final Fantasy VII of the Resident Evil series. Capcom wants to get it right. I understand what you're saying. I get it. Okay, so well, here's what I have to say about that. First of all, in regards to this, that's the first thing I have to say. Excuse me, I'm drinking seltzer. That was disgusting. I'm drinking seltzer and it just exploded out of me. The gas. Sorry about that. So the first thing I have to say is that during all the advertisements so far for Resident Evil 8, the game did look weird because it does look like again, it's called Village. It seems to take place in a small village somewhere maybe in Europe. It's hard to tell, but it certainly has that vibe from Resident Evil 4. Okay, it looks very similar, like similar locations, similar style of gameplay where these creepy mutated townsfolk will be coming after you. Not really zombies, but just mutated freaks, right? It's got that vibe to it. And I even said, it doesn't even look like Resident Evil. It looks like a different horror series. And then when I went and I played that demo about a month ago, right? The playable teaser, whatever it was, man, that didn't feel like Resident Evil. That felt like I was playing a different genre entirely. So I'm not sure You know, I'm not sure what the game's going to be, but definitely I would say if you're going to draw any parallels, absolutely it's more similar to Resident Evil 4 than anything else. Okay? As for as for Resident Evil 4 being the Final Fantasy VII of the Resident Evil franchise, I mean, yes and no. Like, Final Fantasy VII, a lot of people, that's the first Final Fantasy they ever played. That's the Final Fantasy that introduced them to the series, got them hooked. It was the first Final Fantasy that was a 3D game. All the Final Fantasies prior were 2D sprite games. This one was the first one with polygons and 3D graphics that took it into the modern era of gaming at the time, okay? So looking at that situation, Resident Evil 4, you guys might not realize this. Resident Evil 4 was not 100% popularly accepted at release. A lot of people didn't like Resident Evil 4. They said, wait a minute, everything just changed. And for what reason? No more fixed camera angles, right? No more complex puzzles, right? There's a lot of the things in Resident Evil 4 very different from the previous iterations of the series. And a lot of people didn't like that. They said, why did this change so much? We're used to Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 being a certain way. And of course, you look at Code Veronica, Zero, they're all that style. And then all of a sudden 4 came out and changed it into a third-person shooter-based series, right? And a lot of people had issue with that. They didn't like that their Resident Evil had changed, you know? And I understand that, because sometimes change can be good and sometimes it can be a bad thing. So I think for some people it was a mixed bag. They're like, okay, we understand that you're taking it into the next generation or whatever, but now we've lost the feeling of our old Resident Evil games that always had this kind of campy, almost like a B-movie feel to them. And now that's lost because you've changed everything about the game. So Final Fantasy VII was pretty much universally accepted as a great game at the time. Not so much Resident Evil 4. And by the way, I'm not saying that Resident Evil 4 was not a good seller. It was. It's the thing originally came out for, what was it? Was it with GameCube? And was it PlayStation 2? I forgot. I think it was PlayStation 2, right? Those were the two versions. And then, of course, later on, it got ported to every freaking console under the sun. There was a more modernized HD version. That's the one that I played on Xbox 360. Okay? And it, over time, became a cult classic game where everyone loves it, and now everyone kisses his butt and says, wow, that really took Resident Evil into the modern era. And now all Resident Evil games, you know, at least, 4, 5, and 6 all kind of played in that third-person style. And then they changed it again in Resident Evil 7 to make it first-person, okay? So, no, I think that's not a fair comparison. I mean, I understand the reasoning here. If they feel that Resident Evil 4 really is kind of like the big one in their series that brought Resident Evil into the mainstream or whatever, after only being this fixed camera series, and then, oh my god, this is what really blew it up to be a popular game for the mainstream gamer. I understand what they're saying, but no, it's not. It's never going to be at the level Final Fantasy VII was. That was insane. It was. It was absolutely insane. The popularity of Final Fantasy VII, how it exploded at the time, you know? Okay. But anyway, I don't even feel they even need remakes for. I'm just being honest, but I guess we'll see what they do with it. But yeah, it would be kind of weird if they release Resident Evil 8, and everything in Resident Evil 8 has a similar vibe to Resident Evil 4, and then they re-release Resident Evil 4 and it feels like you're playing the same game. I admit that would be pretty weird. So maybe you're right, maybe it will be delayed. And maybe with good reason, right? Maybe with good reason. So. Okay. Respergoo has resubscribed for 14 months as my lord. Thank you, Respergoo, for the resub. I appreciate that. Guitar Player gifted a subscription to Moen Drop. Or, excuse me, Moen Drip. Congratulations to Moen Drip. Then Guitar Player gifted a subscription to Living Dead Girl 35. Congratulations, Living Dead Girl. Thank you again, Guitar Player, for the support. Shirtless Mofo did a 100-bit cheer. And that actually, I believe that gets Shirtless Mofo up as the top cheer of the day so far. So let's get him on the leaderboard. Thank you, Shirtless Mofo. He says, got your back, man. Your content is enjoyable. A lot of us To a lot. Oh, your content is enjoyable to a lot of us, and we enjoy giving back some love. Well, thank you very much, Shirtless Mofo. I appreciate the support. Jay Hawkwood cheered and says, please put this towards buying Jasper a toy and not a twisty from an old bread bag. It is not a twisty from an old bread bag. It actually is a cat toy. It's a fabric thing. It's a strip of fabric that's like folded over, sewed up, so it's durable, and he can chew on it and it won't fall apart or anything, and it won't stretch out. But I don't. We call them twisties because they're very like the similarity is that he likes those twisties off of bread bags and stuff, and he chases those around the house too. But this is actually a cat toy version of that's durable. So no, he's not actually just chasing around, a twist tie from a bag. He's chasing around an actual cat toy. RT Spanky 18 resub for 3 months. Thank you, RT Spanky, for the 3-month sub. I appreciate that. Captain Caveman has cheered 100 bits. He said, you hear about Elon Musk wants to make new star-based city, Texas. You want to go? You might have good internet speeds. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I don't want to have anything to do with that guy. Ninstar Rune cheered. He says, they said there was a 10-year vision for the series. Never that one game would last 10 years. Wrong. That is not what they said. That is not what they said. They said Destiny 1, not 2, not the series. They said Destiny 1 had a 10-year life cycle plan. They were planning on putting out content for Destiny 1 for 10 years. This is outright what they said to the media. Outright. This is what they were quoted as saying, because I quoted them at the time, and I said, bullshit. And then, all of a sudden, when all of a sudden they were, Destiny 2 is coming out, everyone changed the narrative. Oh, that's not what they meant. No. I don't care what they meant. I know what they said. And what they said is not what you're saying that they meant. I don't care. You can't change the narrative later. It's fucking bullshit. They said 10 years for the one game. That's what they said. The moment they announced Destiny 2, they lied about that original statement. It's that simple. Hinstar Rune Cheer says, even if Destiny didn't live up to your expectations of a game within 10 years of support, there's World of Warcraft, which has been going for, 15 years? I'm sure that goalpost will be moved to though. Why? World of Warcraft is absolutely one of the games that is considered an insanely long games as a service game that's been successful. By the way, 15 years? No. That game came out in the early 2000s, dude. Almost 20 years. I played it at launch as a Tauren hunter. I think it was a Tauren hunter, which is like one of the worst classes, but of course I didn't know that at the time. So here I am playing as one of the worst characters in the game. So there you go. 2004. Damn, that game's been going on for a long time. It was fun. It was definitely fun at launch. And that is a game that, yes, of course, they charge for their expansions. But apparently the expansions are robust and have enough content. They hold over their audience. And man, does Blizzard make a lot of money on that franchise. Pretty awesome, right? And Star Rune cheered again. He says, define support. Why doesn't an expansion for a game not count for support in your eyes? Oh my God. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. It's obvious you're a fanboy of Destiny. It's obvious you're a fanboy of Destiny. All right, Dino Bacon Pants, enjoy your ban because I already timed you out. You come back from your timeout and you start spamming again, so now you can be banned. Obviously, you didn't learn your lesson because you're a fucking idiot. So there you go, your first ban over the stupid jeans meme. Some moron who won't stop fucking spamming the chat. Mrs. Poindexter cheered said Anthem was supposed to have a 10-year plan too. It would have been successful if not for those meddling pricks over EA and BioWare. No, I think Anthem was destined to fail from the start. It was a bad idea. Take a team of game developers known for their single-player, narrative-based games and make them make a team-based looter shooter, even though they don't want to. And then every time that they tell their management, it's kind of like Destiny. I don't know if this is going to work. The management literally told them, stop saying that. They said, stop saying, it's not like Destiny. Stop saying that. But it is. It's the same game. No, stop saying that. So, yeah, that game was terrible, man. I mean, from the start, everyone looking at it like, what is this? Why are they making this? This is fucking BioWare. You know, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age, Mass Effect. Amazing game. Why are they making this? And everyone's like, well, when's the story going to kick in? Oh, there's really a bare bones story. There's not much of a story. What? That's what BioWare does, man. Why? Why is this happening? A 10-year plan, my ass. For that fucking dumpster fire. Alright. Total score and cheer. He says, Mr. Filbert, bring me a stream. Make it the greatest that I've ever seen. Tell us you died and that it's bullshit. You're behind cover, then say, sorry, I failed the wager. And bring us Penny when the match is over. Alright, it's not in the tune to Mr. Sandman. I think he tried to make it sound like Mr. Sandman, but it was a little off there. I was going to start singing it, but it doesn't sound right, so. Thank you for the cheer total scoring. Mrs. Poindexter cheered. Says, chat seems engaged and loving the pre-stream. Any chance we can start skipping gameplay and have a 7-hour pre-stream? Yes. We're going to start doing that immediately. No Call of Duty today, just me gabbing. Constantly. Timble Slice cheered. Hey, Jasper. That was hilarious. He went to bite the wire. I said, hey, Jasper. He leapt like a gazelle away from the wire into the center of the office. It was an astounding vertical leap. That was hilarious. You guys should have seen that. You would have laughed your ass off. All right, that's good stuff. Okay, let's try this again. Timble Slice cheered, and he says, with this morning's great news of a $1,400 check coming my way, I can now buy my Dream 4K monitor. Well, good for you. Good for you. I wouldn't plan on getting that anytime soon because now the House of Representatives now has to debate it and vote on it again. Then it has to go to Biden, President Biden, and he has to approve it. Then it has to be put into law. Then the Treasury has to issue out either direct payments to your bank account, a check in the mail, or one of those debit card things. Oh my God. Oh, a stretch. What a stretch. That was a good one. All right. Edamox, enjoy your ban, because now you're again spamming the meme after I warned everyone, so now you're banned too. Congrats. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do shout-outs so far for the top cheers of the week. Thank you to those who have cheered this week. I appreciate your support. In 10th place, Cyber Shadow 248. In 9th place, Mr. Minecraftish. In 8th place, Total Scorn. 7th place goes to Ninstar Room. 6th place, Major Riot. 5th place, Timbo Slice. 4th place, Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man. 3rd place, Dark Maggot. 2nd place, Will, Son of Aragorn. And in 1st place, Sambuca 2020. Thank you all for your support this week. Also, thank you to those who have gifted subscriptions to the channel so far this week, including Safarel, Jackalese, Who's Yuri, and 672, who each gifted a single sub. There's probably more people who've done that as well, but those are the 4 that show up on the leaderboard. Guitar Player 1939, Joyful Oblivion, and Deadly Feet, who each gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel. Wow, that's disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. Spawn Killer, who gifted 4 subs to the channel. Motherfucker Jones, who gifted 10 subscriptions to the channel. And Will, Son of Aragorn, who has gifted 23 subs to the channel so far this week. Thank you guys again for the support. Now, reminder, I really need help with tips over the course of this weekend. I'm looking to hit the tips goal every single stream if possible. If I do, I should be in the clear to afford the 2 big bills plus afford the stuff I need to get on Wednesday on my day off. So please, if you like the streams, you enjoy the content, please contribute and please tip me. That's the way to contribute over the weekend. I need the help. All right, guys? A couple more shout-outs. Timble Slice cheered again. He says, it's going to be 65 here this Tuesday when it was negative 40 degrees 3 weeks ago. You think it's okay I run down my street with a Speedo or would I get arrested? I don't know what would happen. Quite frankly, I don't know anything about where you live, but I don't recommend it. Probably a bad idea. Diocletian has gifted a sub to Beavis Simpson. Congratulations, Beavis Simpson, on getting that gifted sub, and thank you, Diocletian, for the channel support. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a break, and ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. It means the pre-stream is about to end before noon. And I purposely didn't mention this the entire pre-stream. We had a Penne Points prediction going on. Would pre-stream end by noon PlayStation? Oh my God. Would it end by noon PST? 28% of people said yes. 72% of people said no. But it's about to end. And it's about to end before noon. Yes. There was a Penne Points prediction on this. And most people said, no, it will not end before noon. But it's about to. So, ladies and gentlemen, oops. You got to understand, some days pre-stream is incredibly long. Some days it's not. It really depends on what you guys have to talk about. You know what I mean? And today in particular, there just wasn't a lot to talk about that much, you know. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'm going to give out these points because as of right now, I'm considering the pre-stream's over. So, yes, it ended by noon. Enjoy your Penne Points. I'm going to take a break to use the restroom. I will come back in a few minutes with Call of Duty. Please support the stream today if you can. Thank you in advance. I recommend you grab a drink or snack yourself, use the restroom yourself, whatever you need to do. And I shall see you all in a little bit for some fun Call of Duty streaming. Sound good? All right, guys, I'll be back shortly. See you in a bit.